Shouldn't it be somewhere up here? Because
he's crawling around on the wall.
Because it's right there on the map.
Gotta meet him at the top. That'd be him.
Damn it. Wrong button.
That'd be the boy.
Okay, I unfortunately don't have anything that can resist rock, because not a lot does, but it's, rock and fighting are the only moves it has. It's around level 16, so I'm, evolved, have around a level that I could probably set, like, I should, be able to, like, set up one home clause. Because I'm not the subtype yet, and I'm not going to take super effective damage.
Block!
What does block do?
You can no longer escape.
You mean you can no longer escape? Ba-ba-boom! Oh yeah, that's big damage. Okay, we're good.
As the old meme goes, I'm not logged in here with you, you're logged in here with me. Oh, got a blast!
And away it goes. So yeah, this will be easy.
He's super gone, though. Don't know where the fuck he went. He could be anywhere. He could be anywhere. You'll never find him. You can look all over, but you're not gonna find this thing.
Just look at them in the background.
Aha. Tasty. I need that at least for the stupid false dragon that the Tonto shows up. Tasty. Because they eat Tatsugiri.
Yes.
This is a mechanic. Trying to go back to immersion talk.
Gonna set up a home clause, and then we blast them. Well, like, that's sort of a point I wanted to bring up, was the whole information thing of some people, because, it seems very, like, gamey mechanics, see the game not telling you, as, like, better for immersion, even though, again, I think the game kinda has to tell you this, because, like, Trick Room and, like, weather and shit, there are strategies built around
which is why I'm at least happy they have the Y menu back, because that was just convenience.
Yes.
Now he can no longer escape. Eat this, you asshole!
Big fucking damage!
Any day now.
What? Why does it have to say every stat individually when if you get the Omni Boost from Ancient Power, that all goes at once?
You got this.
If it was at...
Oh no!
If it was at red health, I would have clicked a quick attack.
You got this. This kills. You did too much damage.
Oh, I knew it killed. The thing was because of its speed and attack boost, I didn't know if I would faint first. That's why I said if it was at red, because it was -1 defense, I would have clicked a quick attack there.
And again, I don't care what people said. Standing up gives him arms.
Wait, who wants to learn Water Gun? Is it the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, no. I'm not even going to get rid of Soak for... Or that, like... Oh, actually, no. They're... attack and special attack are actually the same. Meaning that...
No, they're not.
Attack 25, special
no.
attack 25.
Oh, wait, yeah. Whoop, I looked at that wrong.
They actually lay the same, meaning if I did this, I would actually have one component in water move, but it's going to become a physical attacker later, unless like I IV screwed, so I'm just going to get rid of it.
The physical attack on the evolution is generally higher with an okay special attack. It just mostly learns special moves. That is a Pokemon.
It's mostly learned special moves early on until it evolves.
Going back to what we tried to talk about between these playthroughs. So many people get hung up on immersion and stuff. And I tried to talk about this in a different recording, but we got distracted and I kept kind of cutting the point. It was a video talking about the concepts of immersion and like them basically saying that they've started to realize telling someone you're playing a game wrong is like obnoxious and that it makes you an asshole. And that they would get butthurt if people were not playing games the way that they were phrasing it, like, correctly before they realized that that's kind of disingenuous and rude. And it was this idea of, like, if someone's having fun, are they really playing the game wrong? And I think that's true to an extent, but then there's literally certain video games have mechanics. And ignoring those video game mechanics and then complaining that the game is bad or whatever, I'm sorry, you are literally playing the game wrong.
Or, you know, playing a game wrong to make it look bad.
Or at the very least, not playing in an optimal way.
Especially when the things you're complaining about can entirely be fixed if you fucking paid attention.
And it's funny to use Pokemon as an example of this, because I am getting sort of sick and tired of getting attacked in streams for daring to mention stats. Like, not even inherently telling people to sit here and EV train or mid-max or literally re-roll and let me run IVs in a calculator until you get a perfect, like, 31 IV in the wild. Like, I'm not even telling people to do that. But I will get, it's like, using, you know, Floatzel as an example, it's like, Weasel kind of even, but Floatzel's generally better physical attacker, and I'll say that in a stream, and then everyone will get like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, dude, stop talking!
Like I said, we have the funny thing of, because it becomes a physical attacker later, the, like, Char Cadet is kind of useless right now, because it is a low-powered move, and it is a special lowering in nature.
Because you're trying to build a physical...
Yes. Because like I say, it becomes physical.
Pokemon stats exist and are on a screen. I can be cynical and ask you to look at stats, and we can see numbers. Well, we can't see the IVs until you get the judge and shit.
Yes.
You can see the base stats.
Which is why I'm going to absolutely laugh if one of these things has a very low, like, attack IV or whatever, like if the starter actually has a...
I'm just trying to get a, you know, a decent nature and ability and shit. I have been yelled at by so many streams that I dare to mention the fact that this stats exist in Pokemon? Ban him from my stream, moderators! It's like... Really? One of the... This was a while ago. And... It's like the dumbest fucking thing. And... It was just a stream I was hanging out in and just had given up on of someone playing Pokemon for the first time. And they had this kind of big rule set about... On a first playthrough, they didn't want, like, massive spoilers and shit, but this person was such a weird purist that daring to mention...
Okay, man, go to the bug gym now.
Like...
Get things around level 20 that I might do, like, fucking go hunt for teacups.
The reason I get so hung up on the stat thing, you can open your menu and look at stats. They're not hidden!
Like if I, do... Again, it's not, you know, a big difference, but like, look at that 34 compared to 29.
Because it's a...
So the physical is...
Because physical base stats on the final EVO...
That somehow has ended up even for, right? Now, again, that, like, there's a good example of 16 compared to... And both of these are physical, aren't they?
What?
Both of these moves.
Yeah.
Fuck you, game. Yeah, 1923. It's not a big difference, but it is a difference. 1322 is like, that thing seems to have gotten a really low, like, special
Stats
ID.
fucking matter! And you want to talk about stats mattering? Look at the defense on the rock saw. That is an amazing number.
Damn.
Notice the defense is higher than the attack.
Yes.
Stats exist. There's a fucking stat screen. Yet, I'm the crazy person. Stats don't matter. It's a casual playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Yet you're the same people that you play a game like Final Fantasy, you'll actually check all your stats.
I don't want to be that guy, but I do feel like on some level it is a people not wanting to acknowledge that it's like that they could be playing the game wrong, and any problems that come from this could be a result
of them literally ignoring things. Or, in the one guy's case, being such a weird purist blind run that I damn near got banned from a stream for explaining RPG stats. I even explained some, like, nuance of the way certain moves in the game work. Like, not just the way the stats work, but explained, a few things about a couple of moves, and got yelled at by a moderator. It's like, dude, you shouldn't have told him that. It's like, oh my god. Like, this was such a purist example of wanting to go in completely blind. Mentioning a move this man had never encountered in the game yet was seen as spoiling the game. It's like, you're talking about like, Ember's like a low-powered move. Later on, there's a move called Flamethrower. It's like, you can fuck off! You've spoiled Flamethrower! Does saying that Flamethrower exists ruin Pokemon?
But he didn't know Flamethrower existed before you told him.
No, it's literally... and now that we're also in a gym, and I can see clearly now.
I can see clearly now that the rain is gone.
Yeah, because something on a leak, no one could figure out what the thing was, and I now clearly see what the thing was.
What?
It was a blurry image. People that in gyms and stuff, sitting to the side is a person. And people thought they were sitting with a Pokemon people had never seen before.
This person?
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about that is you're actually right, because,
Yeah, but the picture was blurry. People couldn't tell what it was.
Because that's that new, grasshopper.
No, I'm building to a point with that.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, I said no, but it is the new... The leak was real.
The leak was actually real, and people were right. Now, where's the...
Olive field. There it is. Giant baskets are your... There.
Oh, yeah, it's out of town.
Yes. Where are you going? Don't make the mistake I did. You have to start the challenge. This confused me.
I couldn't remember if they were standing in...
No, it's
standing
outside.
in the field or not.
No, and once I figured that out with the gyms, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because these are technically blind runs, because I've just seen pieces of the game. Not every facet of the game. And then I looked up a few things, because I care about base stats, but I'm the fucking crazy person that gets yelled at for daring to tell you that, Sprigatito uses physical attack.
Now, to be fair, in terms of Pokémon, it's, by the final form, its special attack isn't, ridiculously low. It's, 81.
Physical's higher.
Yeah, physical is higher. My point is, special is a usable number.
You also have a rock type as a lead and a... gym like this, so I'm just making a point.
In a bug gym, which, despite being a bug gym, because it is themed around Smoliv the grass type, this obviously means it was originally intended to be grass, because that's how the internet fucking works. We have a gym leader that's a painter, and our one painting Pokemon is a normal type. Obviously, she will be normal.
I'm more making a weird point with damn it. Rock beats bug, and a lot of these types are also a lot of bug types were part flying, so you can get a lot of 4 weaknesses out of rock.
And they do bug amounts of damage.
Bug amounts of damage.
Bug doesn't do damage. Silly you.
Okay, bug selectively does damage because there's actually good bug moves.
I make a joke, bug doesn't do damage, but like, a Kricketot, besides a cry, it is like memed for being absolutely like bad and useless. I think its physical attack is 90, and you get it at like level 20.
It's an early bug type with a physical attack stronger than certain... We can meme it this way. Fucking Kricketune has more physical attack than Tinkaton.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Also has more physical attack than Onyx. Because the Onyx physical attack was 45. What were they thinking?
Onyx has less physical attack than Oddish.
Yes. Like I said, what were they thinking?
Anyway. Easy enough gym. You just gotta watch it with the coverage here, but Rock is a decent bug counter. Just wanted to make a point, because a lot of people, like...
So again, Rock doesn't resist bug, which I really feel like it should. That would give a Rock
That would...
Oh shit. Aw, shit. Here we go again.
If Rock resisted Bug, that would make Rock a little bit more useful, because it's supposed to be the big defensive typing, but then it's not as defensive as you think it would be. I just hate the glaring inaccuracies. Disable. Smackdown was disabled.
Ah, shit.
Smackdown is disabled.
Ah, shit. You're more accurate.
Except it's a bug type, so they...
Bug poison.
Oh, wait.
Isn't it poison?
Wait, is it poison yet? You might be right.
Yep.
Oh, it was poison. Cool. Because bug resist ground.
Yeah.
Okay, that's... As much as I know about Pokemon, that is me forgetting if Venonat had its poison type. I know Venomoth does. Don't fault me for not remembering a Pokemon I haven't seen in a couple of years, because it's been a minute. I know a lot about Pokemon, and I can always look up a couple of things if I ever forget shit. And I'm generally good with Pokemon, but I sometimes don't remember every facet of a Pokemon I haven't seen in a couple of...
I don't know.
It was on the edge.
I was going to say, what, is it not far enough in?
You pass. Bug resist ground, but the bug poison with neutral. Trying to loop back to immersion and a weird discussion on that kind of thing. It's like, I can get immersed in a video game without becoming like assimilated. And the one video was talking about this idea of, oh, is it really like right to say someone's playing the game wrong? It's like, can you actually say someone's playing a game wrong if they're enjoying it? It's like, if you... What are you doing? Back you go. You do the gym challenge and you...
Oh, damn it. Damn it, Igglybuff.
You have to go to the lobby and they'll ask you if you want to battle the gym leader or not. Which I like, because that lets you, while some people said this kind of...
Let's all go to the lobby.
Yes. Well, some people said this kind of walking back and forth is a little bit obnoxious. I like the break, because that means if the challenge, like the test, you battled and you lost health.
I hate anything that is that solely exists to be a resource drainer in a game.
And all the resource draining can be rectified because you can heal. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, how many of you agree with the point I was making about stats and the other point I was making about how ridiculous it is that the one streamer and his moderator got butthurt that I dared to mention a move like Flamethrower exists before the one guy encountered the move? I have a whole other tirade to go on with this question, but first, I know I have asked similar questions to this before, but I think the topic is very important and worth a good discussion. In short, I feel like I shouldn't have to play devil's advocate for defending the right to talk about Pokemon stats without that being treated as this forbidden, taboo act, because Pokemon is an RPG. You can pretend the stats don't exist all you want, or tell me that the stats don't matter, but it is an RPG. Those stats do affect things. If you know how the stats work, you can play Pokemon better, but people just refuse to acknowledge that, and in more than a few streams, I have been yelled at, or I have had people basically in the stream say, yeah, ignore that guy. And I can always bullet point a few notorious examples of people just being dicks. Like this one person playing Pokemon sort of casually for the first time, and I was talking about the stats a little bit to help them understand the stats better, and a moderator basically chimed in and was like, all of that is like advanced competitive play. You can ignore him. It's like, what he's saying is not worth paying attention to. Just play the game how you want. You don't have to listen. Don't let this guy give you the wrong idea. It's like, Pokemon is not like this. It's an RPG with stats. You fucking morons. You can ignore the stats, but that doesn't mean that they don't fucking exist. Sometimes a Pokemon is better in a role than another Pokemon. Gyarados has a god-awful special attack, and I have been yelled at for telling people put Waterfall on Gyarados because Waterfall is a physical attacking water move. Like that one streamer that was like, oh, thanks for the tip, but that's backseating. I want to play the game my way. These are my Pokemon, my choices, my decisions. It's my game, my playthrough. Blah, 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 blah. Stupid. And yeah, I can be kind of a hypocritical, whiny child myself, but god damn it, I just get tired of trying to help people because Pokemon doesn't explain the stats well, and then I get yelled at like it's this taboo, forbidden topic. You dare to mention stats in a game with numbers on a fucking screen that anyone can look at? Ban them from the stream. How dare they mention stats in a game that's basically an RPG? Stupid. It's fucking stupid. And that one stream that made fun of me for saying I use stats and logic and reason, I thought people would be on my side and say that the streamer was being a dick to me for no reason because I technically didn't break any rules. They didn't have any arbitrary rules about talking about the stats of Pokemon. I was talking about my own experiences, my own EV training, and my own uses of logic and paying attention to stats. And the dude just starts reading my messages in a very mocking tone, and yet I'm the child, and I'm the bad guy, and everyone that attacked me is like, dude, it sounds like he was just playing the game casually, and it's like you were interrupting his stream. You're the dick. Oh yes, because we should promote a streamer making fun of people that are talking about the fucking battle mechanics and not even talking about the battle mechanics in a direct, backseating way. I was mostly talking about my own EV training. because I like set building a Pokemon. I wasn't even trying to get him to min-max. I mentioned stats a couple of times in a general point, but I didn't tell him to do anything with that. I basically mentioned what his starter was good at, because the starters in Generation 9 have specific stats that they are slightly better at. Using the example Curzon brought up, I will concede that Sprigatito, as it evolves, has an okay special attack, but the physical attack is higher. And because the physical attack is higher, you end up with a moveset that is usually very focused on physical attack, because you get some really good physical moves as you evolve. And mentioning that is not a bad thing. And mentioning a move like Flamethrower is not spoiling Pokemon. Yet I'm the bad guy, and I need to basically sit here and rant, and I can admit that I am kind of also being a whiny child. But, it's important to me to pay a little bit of attention at the very least to stats. I'm not even trying to min-max because I know IVs are going to be random. I just want a decent nature that doesn't ruin my set, and then I try to basically not fully EV train it, but just make sure that the Pokemon I'm using are built how you would generally expect them to be. A Pokemon like Gyarados, I will never run special attacks on. As an adult, I value the stats. And a lot of people also value the stats. Yet, I'm the bad guy because for some fucking reason, we have to treat casual Pokemon as its own entity where if you dare to mention this stat screen, you will get banned from a stream or timed out or some shit without even backseating, as they call it. And yeah, I'm going to end this little rant. I knew this would go on a minute. I'm just passionate about Pokemon. And I want other people to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me, but if you do agree with me, I would love to hear from you. Because I just find this community to be ridiculous. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.